Once again, swimmers, if we can clear all pool lanes now, please. Clear all pool lanes, please. Once again, swimmers, if we can clear all pool lanes now, please. Clear all pool lanes, please.
At this time, I'd like all timers to kind of come over and congregate by the diving well, please, for a brief meeting. If we could have all timers.
We'll return to the painful threshold after this message.
A psychophysical judge. What processes enable the observer-witness component to extract information from sensory inputs? In this schematic, attention and expectation are core processes which are kept aligned by orientation and perspective processes, which are in touch with cognitive discrimination and emotional discrimination processes. The schematic enables us to represent this wild speculation in a form that can be represented to the eye in one figure.
We'll return to the painful threshold after this message.
What processes are associated with producing the perceptual gestalt factor in this schematic?
I was thinking, who's on duty assigned to our group of staff psychiatrists?
Dr. Joshua?
Yes. Would you get him for me, please? I want to discuss this Alice in Wonderland project with him. Would you get him for me, please? I want to discuss this Alice in Wonderland project with him.
Here, the influence of H.S. Upshaw led me to the idea that one's perceptual gestalt is determined by perspective processes in the OW component, which are directly in touch with attention and expectation, plus subjective image processes, which are directly connected to the central processes of attention and emotional discrimination, plus similarity difference measures, which are directly connected to the core processes of expectation and cognitive discrimination. Again, the schematic enables one to represent this wild speculation in a form that can be presented to the eye in one figure.
Return to the painful threshold after this message.
Since that exhausts the degrees of freedom available in this schematic for the perceptual gestalt factor and the observer-witness component, we turn our attention to processes associated with the judgment scheme factor and the judge-actor component of a psychophysical judge. What processes in the judge-actor component enable a person to execute actions and utterances in a social situation?
return to the painful threshold after this message.
A sense of symmetry suggests the judge-actor component has output processes that are complementary to those of the observer-witness component. Again, attention and expectation appear as core processes. Perspective and direction appear as alignment processes for attention and expectation. And motor expression and symbolic expression appear as encoding processes. And that exhausts the degrees of freedom available for the judge-actor component. What processes are associated with the judgment scheme factor in this schematic? Again, symmetry suggests the judgment scheme factor is associated with output processes which are complementary to those of the perceptual gestalt factor. These are identified as perspective processes, impulse processes, and compatibility measure processes. And that exhausts the degrees of freedom available for a judgment scheme factor. At this point, the schematic has been used to identify a number of factors and processes connected with a psychophysical judge. In the next video, we turn our attention to factors and processes connected with the components of a social person.